Привет, друзья! Bonjour à tous, and welcome back again. So, in today's discussion, we're talking about two sides of fear, right? The two sides of fear, and then how to use it. Remember that God did not give any human being the spirit of fear or timidity. He gave us three things against fear. He gave us the spirit of love, power, and then of sound mind. That explains why when you are competent, right, to do something, that is power. If you're able to do something well, you're not afraid anymore. If you see and you know how much powerful or the kind of power you have, you are not afraid. Again, that explains why when you have sound mind, when you have more knowledge about something, you are not afraid to do anything. And again, when you love something, when you are passionate about something, you are not afraid. So God has given us three things against one thing. But there's one thing about fear that I'll be explaining to you to help you to deal with fear, to be able to use fear to your advantage. This is what I call the two sides of fear, right? So first of all, what is fear? Fear is what everybody knows, right? Everybody knows fear. Fear of doing something, fear of achievement, fear of failure, fear of making mistakes, fear of people, fear of standing in front of a crowd, fear of maybe you have an idea, you want to do something, you're afraid, fear of rejection, fear of maybe proposing to somebody, a guy or a girl, and you're afraid that you'll be rejected. Fear comes in different shapes and in different sizes. Fear is like this, just like knife. Knives comes in different shapes, different sizes. But every knife has two sides. Most knives have two sides. But the kind of knife that I'm talking about, which I'm liking fear, is the kind of knife that is having these two sides. It's having the blunt side or the blunt edge and then the sharp edge, right? The bevel or whatever. Bevel, right? Yeah, bevel. And then just like the picture here, see that the blunt side is bigger than the sharp side, right? So fear has two sides. It has the flight side, which is the blunt side, and then the sharp side, which is the fight side, right? So just like the knife here, it can either harm you or it can help you. It can help you to catch your vegetables. It can help you to slice your meat, or it can harm you, right? The other way around. So in the same way, you can use fear to your advantage. You can either use fear to your advantage based on where you are standing, based on where you are seeing it. So it's having two aspects. So what is fear again? Fear, as we already know, is false evidence appearing real. So anytime you see anything you're afraid of, see it as a false evidence that is appearing real, but it is a false evidence. It is just like the blunt side. It is blunt. It looks bigger, but it cannot cut you. It is bigger, it cannot cut you. But the sharper side is what can cut you. But anytime anything appears to you, understand that it's just the bigger side, it's just the blunt side, it's just a false evidence. It cannot harm you. Again, fear can also be seen as anything that will make you forget everything and then run away. Right? That is one aspect, one side of fear. That is the flight side of fear. To make you forget something and run away. That explains why sometimes when something appears to you or something that is overwhelming appears to you, you forget everything and you run away. That is the flight side of fear. There's another side of fear, which is the fight aspect of fear. That is facing everything and then rising. So either fear will make you forget everything and run away, that is the flight side, or it will make you face everything and then rise and you conquer, just like the sharp side of fear, of the knife. Okay, so let me go deeper into this thing so that you understand it well. So the two sides of fear are the side of fear that will either paralyze you, right? So fear can either paralyze you and keep you from doing things. That explains why animals even uses fear. Predators use fear to paralyze their prey, right? Just like a lion will roar, or maybe there are some cobras or even some porcupines or porcupines. They will just, or even if chicken are fighting, so that they will expand themselves to put fear into their enemy, so that when the fear is placed into their enemy, it will paralyze them. That is one side of fear. But there's another side of fear that you can use to advantage. You can use that same side, that same thing that you are feeling afraid of. That looks like it's about to paralyze you, to propel you. So fear can help propel you to do things. For example, let's say something is about to happen to you, right? Something bad is about to happen to you, or maybe a dog is chasing you. See that same thing. There's something in the flight and fight response. That same energy that can make you run can make you do the impossible. That same energy can make you run and jump over the wall, right? That is the other aspect of fear. So fear can propel you. So to be able to use fear to your advantage, you have to see fear from this point or this aspect, that fear, anything that you're afraid of, can be used to propel you to actually do whatever you're afraid of doing. Again, fear will either frustrate you and make you passive. That is if you are standing on the wrong side of fear. But you can use fear to your advantage to rather fuel you. For example, if you're afraid of failure, if you're afraid of making mistake, you're afraid of repeating yourself, you can use that same fear of failure to propel you, to make you work more, to make you put more action, to make you learn a lot of things, to make you find different ways of doing things. So depending upon the side of fear you are standing, you can stand in the right side of fear to make it use it as charcoal, use it as fuel to propel you to act, to propel you to move forward. That's what some people say, like as I said, face it anyways, face everything and then rise. See it, yes, but still do it anyway. Again, fear will keep you to regress, right? If you are standing on the flight aspect of fear, to keep you to regress, to keep you from making discoveries, to keep you from finding out new things, keep you retarded, to keep you backwards. That explains why in the olden days, our forefathers who were so superstitious could not progress because they were afraid of even going to the forest to make discoveries of things. They were afraid of singing when they are when they are bathing. So like fear can make you paralyzed, can frustrate you, can make you passive, and can make you regress. But there's another side of fear that you can use to your advantage. It can propel you, it can fuel you to make a lot of powerful innovation, to make you discoveries. Fear can be used to help you progress. It can use to make you make discoveries. Because you are afraid of making mistakes, you tend to find different alternatives. Because you are afraid of losing money, you tend to find different means of generating wealth. You understand? So that is one side of fear. So fear can help you to make progress, can make you to make discoveries. Most of companies like most of the world power, the G8, the reason why they are powerful is that sometimes because they are afraid that their enemy can attack them at any time, it pushes them to make new discoveries. It pushes them to make new innovative means, to discover means of making their system more protected. So in that case, they tend to discover new things. Again, fear destroys. That side of fear seems that it can destroy you, but actually, that same side of fear can be used to dominate. Dominate what you are thinking of, that is putting you down. Dominate whatever thing that you are afraid of. It actually means that you have the capacity to dominate it. You have the power to dominate it. You have the sound mind to dominate it. You have the passion and the love to dominate it. Any area of your life that it looks like you are afraid of doing, if it is good and then it looks like it can destroy you, the other side of it that you can dominate it, you can overcome it. Again, the last thing, that fear can make you lazy. Anytime you're afraid of something, it will make you paralyzed, it will make you passive, and if you become passive, it will make you lazy, and it don't work. Just like the power of the talent, the man was afraid of what the master was going to do. Because he was afraid, he was paralyzed, he became passive, he did not find any means of doing anything, he became lazy, and then he destroyed his life. Again, that same side of fear that will make people lazy can make you industrious. Because you are afraid of making mistakes, because you are afraid of not getting something, it will make you work harder, to make you work smarter, to make you work deeper, make you find new ways of doing things. So these are the two main sides of fear. So to be able to use fear to your advantage, you have to know the right kind of side, the right kind of edge of fear that you need. Use fear to your advantage. Let fear propel you to do things. Use fear as fuel to make you active, to make you make discoveries, to make you dominate, to make you more industrious. And I hope that when you use the right side of fear, you are going to be an achiever. You are going to be industrious. You're going to reach whatever you want to reach and be more than a conqueror. Thank you and stay blessed.